We're back again today with a really fun wintry project. So let's get going. Okay, so we are back again for another art lesson, and this time it's going to be a fun winter project to keep us warm and indoors on a cool, cold, blustery day. But before we get started, we always start with our art motto, so here we go. I will try my best, I will be creative, and I will problem solve. Now we're talking about cool colors today, and our cool colors are blues, purples, and greens. All shades of those are considered cool colors. Now, the reason that they're called cool colors is because it reminds us of things that are cool, like water or ice or snow. So those are our cool colors that we're going to be using today. We're also going to be using the wax water resist method that we talk about in Mrs. Fred's art class. And that is where we take some waxy crayons and some watery watercolors and we put them together on the same surface. But what the effect is super, super magical. The wax kind of gets away from the water because the water and wax do not get along. But the effect is beautiful on your page. So we're going to have some fun creating with those, and let's find out how to draw a funny giraffe. Here we go. Today in art, I can create a winter sweater wildlife portrait with a cool color water resist background. I'll use a variety of lines, 3 different patterns, and a watercolor resist background with cool colors. Don't forget, our cool colors are those blues and purples and a little bit of green. Whew, those things that remind you of windy, cold, chilly days. To get started on our wax and watercolor resist, I'm going to lay down a bunch of waxy crayon marks all over my page. Then when we paint over them, the water from the watercolor is going to resist or move away from the crayon. Now remember, we're using only cool colors. So blues and a little bit of green and purple and even a little black will do. This is going to show a blustery winter background. I'm going to begin my drawing so that I can set that aside and let it dry. Here we go. I'm starting with an open heart at the bottom and doing a big letter U underneath with a little bit of a wiggle in my lines. Now I like my lines to be a little bit wiggly, so it shows just kind of a different fun way to draw. Now I have 2 lines going up, and I'm going to go up, 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 up to the top of my page to have 2 sort of soft rectangles setting on that shape. A wonky, silly football shape on each side will give me the ears. And if I add that extra little line, it starts to look 3-dimensional. I'm adding 2 arches for my eyes with a couple of circles. Now when you add a little open circle in there, it makes your animal's eye look nice and shiny. I'm filling those in. I like to add a few little eyelashes and details at this point, but we can save more details for later. The next thing I'm going to do is add 2 lines that go down the middle of the face, because I like the way that looks on a giraffe. I'm just going to outline the mouth a little bit more to add it, make it stand out. Now for the neck, 2 lines down, 2 vertical lines. I'm going to do a curved horizontal line, and this is going to be, and 2 lines down, and this is going to be the neck to my sweater. 2 diagonal lines down will make it look like he's got some shoulders. We're going to begin to add a few details. So now we want to add some pattern. So make a few lines that you can section off your sweater to create a bunch of patterns. Now a pattern is any line, shape, color, or design that repeats over and over again. So use your imagination and fill these in super creatively. Now I'm going to switch to pencil and draw lightly, super light outlines of where I want my giraffe's spots and splotches to be. I'm going to do this because later I'm going to go back with a marker and add tiny little dashed lines for pattern and texture. Now, my art today is inspired by an artist that lives in Mexico City, Mexico, and her name is Indi Maverick. She often uses like lines and simple patterns to make her artwork awesome and interesting and beautiful. So I'm drawing inspiration from her, and that is why I am just using pen and ink for this giraffe drawing. So you can fill yours in with black and white, and we're gonna do this in the style of Indi Maverick. Now when you're done, let's use our scissors carefully and cut out our animal, and then we're gonna glue it onto that beautiful blustery winter background that we created. Use plenty of glue and make sure your watercolor creation is dry. Did we do our job? I think so. I see pattern and beautiful, cool colors in the background. Great job. Keep on arting.